live, ladies and gentlemen.
We're off, baby. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Happy Wednesday to you. Welcome to Hawk Wins. Happy Hump Day. It's always Hump Day if you really put your mind to it, right? Well, welcome to the show, you guys. For those of you who have never been to Hawk Wins Radio Picture Show before, welcome. Welcome to the show. We are a platform for artists of all mediums throughout the entire Midwest, and we have a really, really awesome show for you guys tonight. So stay tuned. If you enjoy the show, hit like, hit subscribe, send it out to the world, man. It means the absolute most to us here as artists, no matter what part of the world you're in. Just hit that like and share button. It really means the world to us.
And it's free.
And it's free. It's free. Just do it. It's just free. Just click. That's all you need to do. But welcome to the show. My name is Jack Dwyer.
And I'm Jay Smooth.
Now, we have a really awesome show for you guys, but usually before the show, we always like to introduce the show and introduce some kind of fun stuff happening around Chicago. This week, I'm very excited to say that this Saturday is World Naked Bike Ride in Chicago. Yeah. Dare to Bear, baby. So if you're out in the Loop area this Saturday, be aware that there might be some people in the nude doing some bicycling.
Now, Jack, for those who aren't aware, what is the Naked Bike Ride?
It is as such, you know, you go in, you dare to bear. Not everybody's nude, you know, it is a very body positive environment. It's very inclusive. And I think the biggest thing that I learned from it is that it's not so much about the nudity. It's the metaphor that humans bicycling are naked compared to people driving cars, and it's kind of just a way for cars and everyone out on the road to be aware of bicyclists throughout the summer, which is a very important thing to me, and it's something I hold near and dear to my heart as a bicyclist myself. So,
have you ever done the Naked Bike Ride before?
Not yet, man. Not yet. So I'm excited to see how it goes. I was debating whether I want to roller skate it or take my bikes out, but yeah, road burn on my pecker does not sound too good, so I might keep the blades at home.
Yeah.
How about you, brother?
Careful.
You gonna participate? Have you ever done it before?
I've never done it. I don't know. I might.
Would you?
Yeah. Just depends on my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear it's a lot of fun though. It's like all these like people and stuff. There's like a lot of booze involved sometimes.
Booze and boobs. What can you ask for, man? Come on. Now, if you were to do it, would you dare to bear all, or would you?
Maybe
a Speedo.
Maybe a Speedo. Yeah,
Speedo's
like a male thong.
Male thong. Yeah. Our guy
Odd Prince.
He knows all about the male thong.
Yeah.
So if you guys need a good male thong, hit up our boy.
You have a good 4th of July?
Not really, bro. I had a fucking ear infection.
Oh,
yeah. So like
shitty.
Fireworks just weren't good for me this year.
Yeah,
so
must have been hell.
Yeah, it was all right. But you know, the next day I went to the Chicago Dogs baseball stadium over in Rosemont. That was cool. It was firework night and it was Elvis night, so it was super fun.
We all know how much you love Elvis.
Oh, you know I love the King. I did not dress up though. I was like still getting over the ear infection, so I'm like, I'm just dressing to be cool today. A lot of tank top, shorts. So, but it was good. How about you, brother? You still got all your fingers intact?
Oh yeah, hopefully.
All 10. There you go.
All 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
You're good. You're set. What'd you get up to this weekend?
I was just chilling with some homies, man. We went down to Indiana, we grabbed a couple fireworks, found a cool location, popped some beers open. A couple fireworks didn't go off, but we were smarter to know not to go check on them.
Good call.
Because I remember last year they had a story where pretty much same thing. Some dude bought like a half stick of dynamite or something. It didn't go off, and he grabbed it, put it right to his face, and pretty much like his fucking brain splattered everywhere, bro.
Woof.
Yeah.
That's scary, why they call those duds. Huh? He's a dud. Sheesh.
Oh man.
Yeah. Always got to be careful. I always like following social media, the week following 4th of July, because you see all the videos of all the dumb idiots out there who like blow themselves up. It's hilarious.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
What a time to be alive. What a time. I'll tell you. Speaking of timing, though, we have a very good segue. Hey. We have a really awesome guest tonight, all the way from Columbus, Ohio. They are a hip hop, rap, rock, a bunch of different mediums all together and under one roof. We were introduced to these guys from our good buddy John here at Q4 Radio, who sent them our way. Again, they're coming all the way from Columbus, Ohio. Everybody, please welcome Tertiary and Kirk Diggler of Divine Timing.
Hello. Howdy.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you, Brother Jack, for getting my name right, man.
Hey, absolutely. Well, welcome to Chicago, fellas. Thank you guys for joining the show, and thank you for traveling on in and making it happen.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
Well, what brings you guys to Chicago?
We actually have a couple of shows, so I want to shout out Brother Shadow Master of 606 Chicago. They're now at the Boulevard up in I don't want to say the exact Humboldt Park. I remember they're up at the Boulevard in Humboldt Park. Yeah, it's an awesome place, man. I've been to a lot of great shows there, and he helped initially book us for that show. And so with the interest of us being at that show, we were able to book a few other shows. Shout out to Mims at Enjoy, and shout out to you guys for having us here for this show. So this is literally what brought us to the city. I have a background in radio and everything here, but that's not really important for this show right now. The music is what's bringing us here this time.
Now, have you guys been to Chicago ever? And what's your and if you have, what's your favorite thing to do in Chicago?
We've both been to Chicago. I think you should.
This is our third time in Chicago
together. Yeah.
So my favorite thing to do is nothing.
Nothing.
I'm on like vacation, so I come, I blend in, I see stuff I haven't seen. But I've been to Chicago quite a few times in my life, so it's nice to be able to come and do music because that's what we love to do. So that's the best thing. The music, we get to come do music. So, and then what's my man's name? Dean. Mm-hmm. So I met some cool guys from the city since I've been here. So it's a good time. I like Chicago.
Hell yeah.
That's part of the scene that's really big and important here. It's really, you got to show up if you want to be seen. And like you said, you make one connection, it leads to like 3 other new opportunities for you then, you know?
Yes. And I guess I could talk about that. So this is not my first time. My first stint in Chicago would have been when I was doing radio. And it helped me with that networking connection and consistency and authenticity, I would say. So this, like you said, it's fun to come back and not be in networking mode or business mode or survival mode, having to live here. And I didn't really have family here, so I was constantly in survival mode. I talk about that with my girlfriend a lot. But it did mold me into who I am now, so I'm grateful. And I'm even more grateful to come back and just focus on my passion and enjoy spending time here, like he was saying, with my girlfriend, just enjoying having a new experience at some of the same places I've been to a lot or going to some places for the first time. So it's really awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Now, what kind of radio were you into before?
So I was on, I'm not afraid to say it, I was on UIC radio from 2013 until like right about 2020. I would say it might have been November or somewhere between the fall of that year. I did a show called Warden's Midwest Radio, and originally that was started by my buddy Joaquin. When he moved away to California, even though I didn't go to UIC, because I had been an assistant radio host for that entire time, he asked to give me the radio station, and me and only I think one other radio host were hosts that did not attend the school but were actively involved. So that was like an honor for me. And it pretty much kept me here. And I opened it up similar to what you guys do. Went out to all sorts of music events. At the time, I had a foundation in hip hop, but I expanded out everywhere from there and just opened the platform up to people who wanted to come and present music from any discipline, any level of experience, and networking. Our show became a really awesome beacon for musicians of all varieties, especially hip hop artists, to collaborate with musicians who were violinists, cellists, saxophonists, bands to come in I played her a band half the way here that she made fun of, which was funny, but they were like bellowing out back and forth, which showing some of that blues, jazz, and rock elements that come from Chicago. So it was really awesome to kind of reminisce on that too. But yeah, that's pretty much what my beginning era was here, I guess you could say, in Chicago.
Cool. It's a good place to get influenced by the music, like you said.
Yes.
All those are big hitters out here, man.
Yes.
Absolutely. Now tell us a little bit about your group, Divine Timing. You know, how did you guys start, and who are some of your inspirations? Because, like I said, you guys are your rap, your hip hop, your rock, you're a bit of everything. You get electro. Tell us a little bit about how did the band start, and who are some of your influences?
I want to briefly say something. I'm gonna give it to Kirk, and I'm gonna give it back. I'm gonna take it back after that. All right. I think all of us. It's only because I think all of our own individual influences influenced the band. None of us said, we want it to just be this. I think hip hop was the one element that was there between me, Brother Kirk, and our bassist, Brother Kamo. But aside from that, we really were just like, what feels natural when we're playing together, aside from the singles we had. And I guess I could speak to the origin story too. So originally it was me and a drummer by the name of Cornelius. And long story short, we evolved over time, and we expanded to another drummer. We brought in Brother Kirk. Actually, Brother Kirk kind of recommended himself. He really started doing a lot of the other resources and other things we need to have attended to outside of the music, but we also knew he was skilled. So by the time it was time for us to sit down and collaborate, the only option aside from just a one-off collaboration was, do you want to be a part of the band? And that's how I introduced him to the other two bandmates. So
cool.
Yeah.
Shout out Brother Matt Robeson, who's on the drums too, by the way. I didn't say his name. I don't think.
So yeah, I was actually influenced by the band. I met everybody. I was playing music for my brother Jay Carey, because I'm a producer as well. I was playing beats at a show. The band minus me they were performing before us, and I was like, oh, they're pretty cool.
That's true.
The band's pretty all right. I was like, all right, it's my turn. So I played some music, and they're like, oh, he's kind of cool. So then Terry was like, hey, we have this space. You can come hang out the space. I'm a retired veteran, so I was like, I don't have anything to do all day. So that was like a Saturday. So Monday morning, I'm like, hey, this is Kirk. Where's the space? And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm coming over. Where's the space? And I haven't left since. And so I ended up going to a show, and I started taking photos and video. And they're like, oh, we do need photos and video. Like, duh. You guys are great. So I did like 3 shows, and they're like, he's still here. Like, yeah. And then one day they had a practice, and they couldn't figure something out. I was like, psst, I could do that. And they're like, all right. So the next show, they're like, hey, you want to join the band? I'm like, yes. I brought out my equipment. What do you want me?
Want to join the band? What are you doing? Oh, my bad. Really.
Third song, second song, like, oh, you guys didn't talk about this shit? I thought I was already in. Okay, cool. So, yeah, all of our influences come together. Matt, who's the drummer, is actually a better guitar player, which is weird. And then Kamo, who's the bassist, is probably the best rapper in the group, which is also weird. So as we do things, we realize that we've been limiting ourselves. So since we get around each other, now we have limitless potential, because we look at someone else doing it, and we're like, oh, that's pretty cool. I think I could try that. And then they try it, and you're like, here, I guess it's your job now. Why am I even? So he plays guitar, but he also plays the drums sometimes. So there's sometimes I'm performing, and he'll be at the drum pad, and I'm like, well, I don't play the guitar. What do I do now? Okay, well, I'm going to go hang out with kids in the audience and take the tambourine or whatever. I figured out. So we all have our own influences. My influences come from a little bit of everywhere. My brother spent some time in Seattle in the 80s, so he came back with, like, Pearl Jam before they were Pearl Jam and all that kind of stuff. We moved to Compton in the late 80s as well, so I heard a lot of random breakdance songs, and gangster rap started at the same time. But I'm from Ohio, so we listen to a lot of funk and gospel music and blues, so all of that stuff comes together and kind of influences us all. Yeah.
I think musically, personally, I'm not going to speak for the other musicians in the group, Brother Kamo and Matt, since they can't be here, but I'm just going to go back real far. What my mom used to play when I was like a kid and an adolescent, those things probably influenced me stronger than a lot of other music did, even afterwards. My mom used to play a lot of the remix hip-hop songs of Miles Davis's like later catalog. I think some musicians came by and remixed it. You told me who did it.
Easy Mo B.
There you go. Yeah. Easy Mo B did it. So and that really influenced me strongly. The jazz elements, the hip hop elements, the collaboration. My mom would also play a lot of nature music, nature sounds, and classical music. She was going to like technical school at the time, and I think she had heard that doing that when your kids are going to sleep helps their intelligence. I don't know if it helped my intelligence, but it definitely helped my creativity and my creative mind. So by the time I started I was much older before I really got to instruments. So I was writing a lot before that, like writing stories and writing lyrics as that evolved. And then as I got to instruments, my creativity was far ahead of my skill. So I was like, I want this to happen, but I have no idea how those string elements can come together. So after about 10 years of learning, not 10 years, but a few years or semesters of learning from a mentor, singing and playing guitar, I began just kind of going off on my own and doing self-taught work with it, and that's kind of what influenced, I guess, my sound now, along with, like he said, I want to piggyback on that, my bandmates. They truly do influence me. I get inspired when we play music together, so it puts me in another space to try to create something that feels new to me, at least.
Yeah.
You know, you mentioned the funk is really big in Ohio.
Yes, it is.
I forgot about that. Yeah, isn't Funkadelic from Ohio?
So no, they're from New Jersey.
They're from Jersey? Okay.
But
Pieces of them are.
Funk started in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
So, you want to have some fun?
Roger
Yeah,
Troutman.
baby.
So
Let's get into it.
My auntie, or my cousin, she's really my cousin, but she's so old, we call her auntie. So my auntie, her kids were the first funk band. So my cousin, Bobby Allen, was the drummer, and my other cousin, Vesta Williams, she was the singer. So Vesta had some singles in the 80s. Congratulations, Once Bitten, Twice Shy, stuff like that. And then my uncle, in Columbus, we had a record label that a label in Chicago now owns, Numero Group. They own it. It's called Cap Soul. So my uncle played piano on all the Cap Soul songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been to Numero once. I was going to go this week, but they're only open on Fridays, and I'm leaving tomorrow. So I'll come back another time.
We'll be back. We owe y'all some records, man. We got to have some discussions.
Yeah, so yeah, the funk is from Dayton, and Dayton is like a very small, tiny, industrial kind of town. And everybody moved from different places to go get a job. And then they had kids, and their kids started hanging out. And they're like, oh, we could do this. And then we had funk music. But Dr. Dre stole all our funk music, so we don't have a sound anymore. So we got to figure it out. It's okay. It's okay. We're working on it. We're working very diligently on it.
We're all aware, too. I'm a strong advocate for, just to segue from that, just a lot of Ohio musicians, people don't know, John Legend, even more recently, not even to go back to the Legends, but we have the Isley Brothers, the Roger Troutman, the Dat Band, the Ohio Players, even to go into like more Eurocentric rock music. We have Devo. We have give me a second. The Black Keys. We have the Nationals, 21 Pilots from Columbus, Ohio, where we're from. So there's a long list of Ohio musicians who have not even just we existed. They've influenced music to change it because we've been at what we consider at the heart of it all. That's like the slogan for Ohio, but it really is truth. We feel like that. People will say like Ohio against the world. People don't get it. It's like a lot of times we don't get our flowers, man. We don't get our flowers until we're gone. And like, no one's ever like, they're like, oh yeah, funk did start in Ohio 30 years after that guy that made it died. They're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Dr. Dre's better at it though.
Now, what do you think the music scene is like today in Columbus, Ohio? Can you just define it a little bit for us?
Changing.
Yeah?
Yes.
Good change, bad change?
Great change.
Good change.
Great change.
So on Mondays, so I'm at a point where I'm an older generation now. So the people who inspired me, they're still around, but they don't necessarily either do music or they're just too big, right? So my new responsibility is anyone under me, I want to be able to give them anything that no one was ever able to give to me. So I offer on Mondays now, I offer a session where everyone in the city can get together if you want to, and we can do whatever it is you want. So if everybody in this room had an idea, we could either make it from scratch. Mm-hmm. You can bring your idea with you, and we could record that, whatever. So I've had 3 sessions, and we recorded 3 songs. So the session Monday, I had 2 people who had never came. They came with new energy. We made a song from scratch. It took about 10 minutes, and everybody in the room was like, this was fun. I'll be back next week.
Oh, yeah.
So we've spent a lot of time talking about how to change it. No one's ever actively done anything necessarily to change it. So I think it's time to change it. So,
I agree 100%. That's literally, he knows that's what me and Melissa do too. So we do that for the arts, and he knows that that's like a special part in my heart to do it for musicians. So it's literally why before I moved back to Columbus and brought musicians to Chicago in the fashion I'm doing it now, I was living here, bringing musicians from Chicago to Columbus and trying to do the same thing while living here. It just, for some reason, like you said, the change wasn't happening yet. So there was a lot of stagnation with people wanting to come no matter what level they were at. Now it's more so, it's like, I want that experience. I want to experience what that's like so I can understand my own potential. So I love the ability to, for me, my specialty is booking and technical things sometimes. So there's a lot of creativity when it comes to my own stuff, but when I'm looking at other people's works or progresses, I can see the extra penny or the extra breadcrumb they need to get to where they got to go. And sometimes I just like pushing them there. Like our buddy P who came by, I kept telling him, Prometheus Wade, I was like, you need to go to Chicago. He's a really talented hip hop artist. He can freestyle for hours. Yeah. Without talking about the same topic, speed up his flow, slow down his flow. And
he doesn't cuss.
He's a gospel artist.
He's a gospel artist.
So it's like
you gospel bars. It's amazing.
It's So I'm like, dude, I don't think you understand how talented that is. Like that's one of the most challenging. you didn't limit yourself, but you didn't say I'm going to go into the free range of cursing, which is an easy for freestyle and hip hop. It's an easy rebuttal or easy reset for your mind. So if you're taking that away from yourself, you're like, I'm putting shackles on myself to a degree, but it's to save you guys. Like, wait, what do you mean save us? And then he starts rapping, and we're like, oh. But you need to come here. You need to meet Shadow Master. You need to be at 606 Chicago. You need to go to some of the hip hop environments that have had hip hop as a focal point for decades for people to gravitate towards his music. So that's one of my favorite passions. Watching him take off and be above everybody last night was awesome. Seriously.
That's cool. And on the map, right where you guys are, y'all are really in the heartland of America, man. So that's really the heartbeat of the country speaking right there, and it really reflects in your music too. Like,
thank you.
It's so cool to see all those genres mashed up with you guys, and people from Ohio are fucking tough, man. They're really business oriented. It's really cool to see all the great stuff coming out of Ohio.
Thank you, man.
I also just wanted to know.
I-O.
They do that there, bro. They do it everywhere.
For real?
Yeah.
They do that there. Watch them.
It'd
have been funny if the nerd guy came up from the behind with a camera like, they're doing it right now, I swear.
Yo, that's funny.
That's how you greet somebody. So if you're not in Ohio and you see somebody with like some Buckeye gear on or something, you just be like, OH. And they'll either say I-O because they know what's going on, or they'll walk past you. So if they walk past you, you're like, you're probably a Michigan fan.
It's kind of like the Juggalo greeting. Everyone's like, whoop, whoop, when you go to like a
there
Juggalo.
It is.
Family.
Whoop, whoop.
I love me some Fago.
Where's the Fago? Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, so I'm not a Juggalo technically. I only like one album, and I liked it by accident. I had a friend who was like, hey, man, let's listen to some ICP. I said no. He was like, come on, plan, please. I was like, all right, man, I'll make you a deal. If you buy me some Twinkies and a soda, I'll walk to your house and we'll listen to ICP. He's like, all right, I get you 2 of everything. Perfect. An hour and a half later, I was like, it wasn't the worst thing I've heard. I've heard worse.
She's played me a couple ICP albums.
You gotta listen
to
to Great Malenko.
The Great Malenko, yep.
You gotta listen to the Great Malenko. That's it. Yeah.
I've never been to a gathering of the Juggalos, but man, do I really want to go?
You should go. They have them in Ohio, man. You should go.
Yeah, we're there, man.
We should book one. Let's go together.
Bro. Hell
We'll
yeah.
all go.
Let's do it. Trip on some
Hawkwinds.
mushrooms, sip on some Fago.
Let's do it.
I just got to cover my hair, but y'all be fine.
As long as we're not boofing anything. No boofing. No boofing.
No.
Sorry, guys. No boofing today.
No boofing.
You got to apologize for us.
Sorry, America.
It's a good show.
America.
Oh, man. It's a fun thing that I learned about Columbus, too, on the way over, is that you guys have a really cool Arnold Schwarzenegger statue out there.
What?
Yeah. Y'all host the Arnold
I think
Sports
I have a photo
Awards.
of it in my phone somewhere.
Dude.
I'll search it, man. I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah,
Talk about
Arnold's
a bronze
very
god,
random.
man. He was.
So listen, you want to hear a secret?
Yeah.
So Macho Man Randy Savage died. He passes away, right?
Oh, no.
So all this time, everyone thinks he's from Sarasota, Florida, right? He's from the west side of Columbus, Ohio. So someone has an idea. They said, we're going to put a Macho Man statue next to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
City's like, oh, no. No.
I didn't even know that happened.
No. Oh yeah. So if you look next to Arnold,
I know he was from Ohio.
if you look next to Arnold, right?
Yeah.
So if you're looking at Arnold to the right of him, there's like a plaque where someone else should be. He's not there. That's where Macho Man was supposed to go. So Arnold's
That ain't
like,
right.
I'm serious. So Arnold,
That's not right,
he's
bro.
like
They should
back
put him
posing,
there.
right? He's
Yeah.
like check out my back. and Macho Man should have been there, like, oh yeah, or something. I don't know what he would have done. The cream of the
With a
crop.
Slim
I don't
Jim,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
The tassels. The tassels should just be like chains blowing in the wind. I just think that should be what Come on, they got to put it there.
statue?
I'm about to boycott for that now because if we're gonna put Arnold there, he's not even from our country. Like,
I'm about to say, yeah, he's not even from
you got to look. If we're gonna put Christopher Columbus statues up, I'm gonna advocate for this. If we're gonna put Christopher Columbus statues up, Macho Man might need to be up there.
There you go. Yeah.
Outside of any other allegations he might have against his name, I'm not too sure about all the other things. I heard some things.
I had nothing to do with that.
However,
And there should
we
be
all know what Christopher Columbus did, so let's not.
There should be a button that just says, "Oh yeah." I think we should
Yes.
get that rid of. I'm gonna go call the mayor when I get done.
That's
with this.
automatic
Oh,
happy
man.
button, man. Come on, man.
Mayor Ginther.
There's a lot of reasons to be mad in that area of Columbus,
Andrew
too, man.
Andrew J. Ginther. We need to talk, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We need that right button.
Oh yeah. My mayor doesn't like me.
No, is that's the mayor of
who? Andrew J?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Of Columbus.
Well, he's the mayor.
What do you got to say about him?
Nothing. I'm in Chicago. He's a great guy in Chicago. If you really want to know, you can check my Instagram. It happens pretty often. Me and Andrew, we don't like each other. He's the bad guy. So if you're the mayor, right, you work for the people. I can't get a hold of him.
Should be that way,
I
right?
can't get a hold of him.
Yeah.
One day he said, I want some records. I took some records to his office. They wouldn't let me in. I said, here's his post. I bought records. They're like, you got to sign a waiver and a security form. I'm like, I'm a veteran. Just let me in. There's no weapons in the records. They're just records.
Yeah.
And then he stopped answering my DMs. He doesn't.
Damn.
I think I'm just really sad. Maybe that's what's wrong. The mayor hurt my feelings.
You got ghosted by the mayor,
By
bro.
the
I'd be
mayor,
upset
bro.
too.
It's okay. It's all right.
Well, bring music to the people, mayor.
There it
Please,
is.
come
Yeah.
on, come on. That's what the world needs right
Let's
now,
go,
man.
mayor.
Yeah, and Columbus is the capital of Ohio as well.
Yes,
I
it
is.
Learned, and it's a beautiful city. I've been there a couple times before. All the brick roads and everything too.
That's German Village.
German Village, yeah. A lot of good breweries out there.
Yeah.
It was cool when I was watching your videos online. I saw the brick roads and I was like, oh yeah, they're in the heart of Columbus, baby.
Yeah, I think for that video, we were in the Short North, which they have like a little gallery hop over there. So all the galleries open up. Where there were once galleries on the main street of High Street, it's now a bunch of bars. But the galleries that are on the side streets and some that are still on the main street are still open. And they have like about a 1.5 mile road pretty much shut down, barred off. And there's a bunch of booths for kids, arts, sports, music. There's DJs. And we were there with our arts community that day.
That's awesome. It looked like a great time. I was loving watching that young man dancing in the front.
Shout out Izzy.
That is Izzy.
His dad is actually in town tonight, so
Yeah, that's
he's
my
performing
guy.
with us.
That's my guy.
He was
That's our
grooving.
biggest
I was
fan,
like,
man.
that's what it's about, man. You know, bringing the arts to the kids in the
Yeah,
streets.
so and it's weird, right? Because his father is an amazing MC, and his mother is an amazing R&B singer, and he's like, yeah, you guys are okay. Divine timing, love him. Like, come on, guys, I need a T-shirt. I'm in the band. I'm trying to record music. When we're
want
going
them
on
beefing with
tour, I
us.
want to dance. Come on, let's go.
They can
Smart
out
kid.
sing and out rap us. I don't
They
want
can.
them. I don't want no beef.
I think they understand that.
No
They
beef.
think
They're
they
like,
understand that.
these guys?
I think it's probably
Give me a drummer.
It's probably my fault. Me and Izzy, we go way back. Me and his father are really close friends. I'm really good with his mother too. So
They're great people. They do a lot for the community too. He's the guy Prometheus Way we were talking about earlier. That's actually Jay Carey's mentee. And Camille is always doing a lot of things for the singers and songwriters or like vocalists of Columbus, Ohio. She has her own R&B song singer-songwriter music festival.
So listen, Camille's so
She has
dope,
so-
right?
yeah,
she
so
she
dope,
does. She's a publicist, a mother, a caterer, a gospel director, a movie director, a podcaster,
Curator.
curator, an award show host, an award show creator,
Wow.
wife. Let me see. What doesn't she do? She does a little bit of everything. She's a great person. And Carl Thomas is her favorite R&B singer. So Carl, if you're in town and you hear this, it's Kirk. Nice to talk to you again. We met him at South by Southwest once. Look up Camille, call her, be friends.
You should.
But yeah, they're an amazing family. So we're lucky that their child loves us. So we must be doing something good.
Got to.
He's got to have good taste.
Kid was raised right on good music, man. Of course.
Definitely.
Oh man. So what else can you guys tell us about Columbus? What's your favorite part about your city?
So my favorite part of Columbus would be the South Side. That's where I'm from. It smells different. It's like if when you travel a lot and you go different places, I guess I'm kind of like my puppy. I have a puppy named Diamond. She always knows when she's on the South Side. Like she gets excited. We get out the freeway and she's like, "What's going on?" I know. Roll the window down. Dad, window. Yes. South Side. Yeah. She's like, that's Grandma's house, so I know I'm having a good time. So I think that's my favorite part. Yeah, because I lived away from home for a while. So coming back home, sometimes I just walk through the cities and just enjoy the South Side of Columbus. I missed it.
That's real. I would have to say my favorite part of Columbus, Ohio, are the community of artists and individuals we have coming together right now at the Dallas. That's me and my girlfriend's creative community space, member funded. Just everybody
to prove it too.
Yes, if you can see it on the video, this is the shirt right here. Please follow us. If you're in the Ohio or Midwest area, please stop by and visit us. 926 Cleveland Avenue, Columbus, Ohio 43201. We would love to have you. A lot of kid-friendly events. We have a monthly block party pop-up that we collaborate with the entire campus that we're on, a gallery next door called 934, the oldest artist residency in Columbus, Ohio as well. And on a weekly basis, we have anywhere from 3 to 5 events ranging all across the arts. I do my own series there too. Tertiary Thursdays, the third Thursday of the week. And yeah, it's a pleasure to, again, I kind of took what I did on the radio and made that into a music series, if you would. So instead of it being interview based, it's more performance and showcase based. But I still like to have artists of different genres showcase themselves. So between that, the volunteers that come through to make sure these events are a one-of-a-kind experience, the members who pay for things like the sound equipment, the lighting, and we come together to collaborate to make these amazing shows that we're now, without us even having to say, hey, do you enjoy the experience? People are coming up to us with bands they tour with that they're the merch person for, and they're like, I've been to 20 shows for this band. This is the best sounding performance they have. Wow. That means more than a lot of reviews, you know? Mm-hmm. So once we get to the point where we're a household name or whatever, at least within the Midwest or Ohio, like it'll really be worth it. But they're my favorite part of Columbus, hands down.
Yeah, one time we ran sound and we had a guy who literally had been deaf his whole life. He just got like his hearing fixed. Mm-hmm. He came over like, hey, listen, just got these. Amazing. I don't know what you guys did, but I've only been hearing for like a week, but this is the best thing I've heard all week. Great job. We're like, what? It's like, yeah, great job. So yeah, the artist community is amazing.
And I would be remiss, I really got to give a big shout out to 2 amazing people because they're really my favorite people from Columbus, Ohio. My amazing girlfriend, Melissa, who is literally not just, I would consider her my right hand, but I'm her right hand, but she's the lead of the Dallas. So I would be completely wrong to not mention her specifically, she is the lead of this community. And our amazing friend and sister, Anna, over here, well, my sister, Anna, over here, who holds down a lot of the behind the scenes stuff for specifically Divine Timing. And also for our series, the shows we do, the behind that, I'm going to help out with the gear. I'm going to bring stuff up. I'm going to watch the door. Those things that go missed a lot. It's like the stuff on a sports team, the mismatch on like a basketball team. It's like those are the people who go missed. Like, oh, yeah, this person being here helps our defense just because they exist. And it's like, I don't get it. It's not on the paper. It's like, you don't need to get it. We understand it. And that's who Anna and Melissa are for us, but also they're in the forefront as well. So shout out to them as artists and shout out to them as people who are making sure this is going great for us.
Yeah, man. Takes a village.
Yes.
Takes a village. So tell us a little bit about the release of your latest single, Players Gotta Play, just released earlier this March.
Players Gotta Play, yes. It's a good song.
Tell us a little bit about it. What was the process like of writing that and releasing it as a single?
So, that's Terry's song, right? Yeah,
yes, it is.
Yeah, it's Terry's song.
The writing of that song actually started some years back. I knew I wanted to be a part of a rock band, and I didn't have any of the pieces. I just had my guitar, fusing elements with hip hop and rock together. And at the time, I think it was an acoustic guitar. So I was just teasing that out. But as they came and joined the band and were able to fill out some of those other musical elements, they helped create that song. So that song was not the way it sounded until I heard it and heard the musicality of it, like the composition for maybe like a few weeks to a month. And then he came in later as a bandmate. So him with the elements of mixing and sound, it fine-tuned the song as well. So between just the music part of it, that's where that came from. But the lyrical part of it really came from, I feel like I'm a nice guy. I've been told that a lot in my life. I was told that by friends, family, before I met my beautiful love of my life. I was told that by women a lot. So like it's just, for me, it stuck out as like, you're a nice guy, you're being taken advantage of. And as I learned, and being in Chicago actually gave me tougher skin and made me that didn't harden me, but it made me a little bit acknowledging of, this is what I can do, this is who I am. And also acknowledging the bullies of the world. So when you're a tough guy, but you don't want to be a bully, and you've been bullied, what do you do to the people who are bullying people that, you love? So I think that's where this song came from. So the bullies of the world, in my opinion, are elites unchecked, politicians unchecked, systems unchecked, anything that is oppressing or marginalizing someone where they cannot preserve their humanity. Those are the bullies of the world, and I'm stepping up to those bullies. I don't like being a jerk, but a part of the chorus of the song is, trying to be a jerk never worked for me, but a player's got to play. And so that really is the whole message of the song. It's like, I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines while people do this, I'm getting in. I don't even care if they call a foul or throw a flag on me. I'm going in. I'm tired of them, getting away with these missed calls or whatever you want to say. So.
That's cool, man. And it's such a good vibe song too. It really reflects, like you said, the Mr. Nice Guy. It's a fun, feel good song, man. It gets the crowd singing with you too. What's the reaction to your audience when people hear this song? Like, what's the feedback you guys are getting from it?
They usually love it.
They love it. It just if it's their first time, it probably takes them maybe 3 go-arounds to catch on. And if they've heard it before, they normally say it before we say it. So then we just rock. We just get to play. So it's always a good time. The kids love it. So yeah, no one's told us they hate it yet. So
that's true. And the people actually selected that single. We didn't. So as we were creating the songs, I kind of learned that as a creative too. The audience chooses a lot of the songs. If you already have an audience to present your music to, space to showcase your music, you can see what your best songs are. It doesn't matter how you feel about them. You can be more passionate about certain songs. But if your audience that you're trying to give the music to, they're like, man, we love that song. Play it again. And I even told her about bands we came here. I'm like, this is not their best song by far, but this is the song that everybody requested from them. So this was their single, And that's kind of how it works. So that's kind of how this song worked for us too.
Like it's so catchy too that I don't want to say it's like it should be commercialized, but like you could totally picture it in like a Dunkin' Donuts commercial or something,
Duncan, if you hear that, hit us up.
Hey.
I'm serious. Yeah. We're not against it. So we that was another thing about it. We're open completely to the licensing of that song. We do own the rights of it. It's already copywritten, published, and everything. So we're getting into some works of that. But as we're on the radio, or anybody hears this, or anybody knows somebody, if you hear this song and you think it fits that. The message of what you're trying to convey as well, hit us up. We know how to license it, so we'd love to.
And you also have a new upcoming release, Better Life, coming up pretty soon, later this summer.
We do. This is a good one. I like
Better
Life. We'll give it to you soon. But Better Life is our. We'll just wait. We'll let you hear it. It's just a good time. It's different, but it's a good time.
It's our fun. It has a what do you say? A secondary name called Girl. So Girl with 3 R's and 3 R's and L. Girl.
Yeah. So someone heard the song and they didn't know the name of it. So when they text us, they were like, "Where can we find Girl?"
Where can we find Girl? That song, Girl.
Oh, okay. We know what song that is. So it's another. It feels good. The harmonies are great, but it's different for us because if you look at us. You wouldn't. I mean, today is different, but technically, if you look at
might
us,
not
you wouldn't
suspect this
expect
song from us
to sing this song, typically. Especially where it like falls in our set list. It's like a humdinger. Like, wait a minute. After all that, no. Oh, well, whatever. All right. These guys might be all right. Boys might be all right. So.
I think we're aiming for like it'll probably be early September release for that song. Maybe late August, but I think early September is probably going to be released for that song. Yeah.
How do you define the genre of it then? If you say it's a little out of your wheelhouse.
No,
the genre.
No, it's not about to say it's not our wheelhouse. It's
sure. I didn't mean it like that, but yeah.
It's out of someone else's. It's out of someone's thinking wheelhouse.
There you go.
So like if a guy walks in a gi and goes, yeah, you assume he knows karate, right? That doesn't mean that he's a cosplayer. So, just because we rap, that doesn't mean that we don't know anything else, right? Or just because he plays a guitar doesn't mean he can't rap. So, it's just one of those things.
I think sometimes when I'm choosing elements for songs, so like we consider ourselves a rock, hip hop, pop band. Pop it could be a spectrum of things. I would say it's a spectrum of things that have been in popular music. So gospel might find its way in there. Soul, funk, country, bluegrass, electronic, they might find their ways in there. But the 2 strongest elements are rock and hip hop. So in Players Gotta Play, those are the 2 strongest genres. It's just a rock and hip hop song. There's not really too many other elements. You can hear a little bit, but you can't really pinpoint those. But in other genres, I usually choose what the lyrical element is doing. So is it soul singing, or is it rock singing, or is it country singing, so then that might determine part of the genre. What are the instruments doing? Are the drums playing in a reggae style, or are they playing in a hip hop style? That might determine that part of the genre.
And then the beauty of the band is sometimes we think one thing should happen, and then somebody might sneeze while playing, and they were like, wait, can you do that again? And like, what? Whatever you just did, can you? I'm like, I just sneezed. Figure it out. You got 5 minutes. And then that's the thing that everybody loves. And then they're like, how'd that happen? He sneezed once. Well, what? Yeah, he sneezed and hit the wrong chord, but we liked it, so we stopped playing, and now it's in the song. So then that determines how the song goes sometimes, because he may say it should be this way, and we're all like, nah, we hear it this way. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I guess it's that way then. You know what I mean? So, and then sometimes something happens, like we'll mess around and miss the word, and we'll just look at each other like, well, maybe that word was better. Or maybe that's not the way it sounds, but maybe that's the way it should sound.
Yeah.
That's better sometimes. So that's the cool thing about being the band. We all influence each other, but we're all very honest about what needs to happen so we can always have the best product. And then at the end of the day, we're just having fun still. So like we never take it too serious.
Yes.
We're all very good musically, and we all understand what each other does, and we all do it very well. So no one's upset. We just want to figure out how to. It's about communicating and figure. It's like a new relationship basically. We've got to figure out how to communicate. You know.
Right.
We don't want you to put your shoes in the living room. Where do you put them? How do we get you to put them in the place they're supposed to go? And that's what we're working on. So now as things come together, it's a little easier now. Now we don't have to talk about it. We just say, we can look at each other like, that wasn't right. Or, good job. And then we just keep going. Or sometimes somebody will surprise us and the whole band will just look at that person like, and we'll look at each other like, what are they on
It's
today?
usually Matt.
They're having a great day.
It's usually Matt.
Did you hit the lottery today?
K-Mo does it a lot too, but it's usually Matt.
It's usually Matt, yeah. We'll have a rehearsal and he'll be like, I'm not feeling well. And it would just be a bad rehearsal. And he'll come into the show like he just got off tour with Bon Jovi or somebody. Like, just killing it. He's a good guy. So the band is amazing, and I'm happy that we can come up with things the way we come up with them. Because Terry's creative, and he gives us his thoughts, and then we bounce it back off of him. And then after a month or so of fiddling, we normally have a song. So
That's the truth.
yeah. And the scarier part is, I think we've made more songs and forgot those than we've actually kept. Because there was like a 6-month period every weekend we'd make a new song, and then we just never wouldn't do anything with it. It'd be jamming for that week.
I got those songs.
Okay. He has them all. Yeah, so we put a lot of work in, and we're good at what we do, and we love what we do, so that makes it easy, Yeah.
Sounds like you guys flex your muscles through it, and that's really the way to kind of form it. Is it trial and error? Or is it what do you bring stuff to the table?
There is trial and error. We sometimes the trial period are at performances. So sometimes we have them at little small one-off performances, and sometimes it's at a festival. And we're like, it's time to sink or swim. We've did this song as many times as we can do it. Does it work or does it not work on a small stage and on the big stage? And there's times when we're like, well, back to the drawing board with that song. Or remember that guitar section I was playing? Yeah, I'm not playing none of that no more. I'm changing all of that now. We're changing the chords. We're changing the melody or whatever, So
yeah, but sometimes it is a lot of us sticking our chest out because we've done this for a while, especially me and Terry, and we haven't seen the work pay off the way that we feel like it should, and we've seen other people be recognized for less and are still our ideas and be recognized for the same thing. So, yes, we are kind of sticking our chest out. But it's not we're not like we're punching in the face kind of way. We're just like, we're still here. As soon as you slip, we'll just step over you and keep moving. We know, it's all good. But you have to see us. So the more they don't see us, the more we just, puff out a little more. So it's okay.
Yeah. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You gotta like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You gotta show them the goods, right?
We might take a band photo in front of the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I just thought about that.
It's so stupid.
It is a really silly statue. It's
what we got to now.
But now I want to
embrace the parts of your city.
I want to take a naked bike ride in front of it though. Now.
Oh wait, y'all talked about so many things, but that was one thing I wanted to talk about. We literally had the Columbus chapter of the World Naked Bike Ride.
Yes.
They met in the parking lot of, it's not technically the Dallas, but it's our next door neighbor, literally like this much space of an alleyway, 934 Gallery. They met in their parking lot. So we
came outside one day. We came outside one day. We're all like, we all came outside like, wait a minute.
We're listening to
Everybody's naked
Lingo together.
Right? Everybody's naked outside.
My girlfriend was like, oh yeah, the naked bike ride. That's right. What? Like what? I was like, oh yeah, that's so random. All right. The kids aren't here, right? All right.
No.
I love how nonchalant it is too. It's like, oh yeah, just the naked bike ride. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
in our community, it was literally that normal. It was like that was not the wildest thing happening that week for us. We were like, oh, you know what? Sure.
Was that the same
Brought out the lawn chairs, kicked it. We're like, what's up, y'all? Hey.
That was the same week everybody was on stilts, right? The stilt ladies was out.
Oh,
that's the same week.
Oh gosh, it was. We have so many stories. We might need another. If y'all want us back, we got a lot of stories. Trust me.
Hey, we got plenty of time. Lay them on us.
Well, we have at Milo Arts, the oldest artist residency in Columbus, Ohio, where we live at. Next, so it's part of the campus of the arts campus we stay at, and the Dallas is on. One of the artistic troupes there are a artistic street performers, artistic street performers. So what is that called? Like trade performers? Is that what it is? Like when you're like doing circus performances? I don't want to say it.
Spectacle art?
Yes, there you go.
Spectacle art.
Excuse me. So we have people who
contrary to testicle art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one's better?
I guess it depends on who's doing the art on your testicles. That kind of determines, that says a lot right there.
But yeah, we have a few different people. So we have that's like I would just call them they call themselves the Amazing Circus. So a small troupe circus that they're amazingly talented in their own right. They're stilt walkers. They have their own clothing designs. The Amazing Giants. I apologize. I don't know if I said that right. But they have stilt walkers, they have jugglers, they have I don't know what it's called when you're inside the things when you wrap the threads around your arm and you spin and stuff.
Oh, straps cloth straps.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm saying it all wrong, but
silks.
Okay.
So,
we know what's going on.
Yeah.
We also have like recording studios where like the heads of those studios get flown out to organize 80,000 person music festivals for sound. We have golfers who sell upcycled mosaic art, and they used to be like professional golfers or the top golfers at OSU when they were there at Ohio State University, for those who may not know. Next door neighbors of ours are inventors who collect rare Madagascar exotic frogs and propagate them. One of our neighbors literally helped me plan or like what is he's a not an amp tech. What is it called? Guitar amp tech? Maybe he just has that ability. So the guy I was talking about that gets flown out for the 8,000 sound music, whatever. He asked our neighbor to do his sound design. So when he said that, I was like, "Would you mind going over to my?" He was like, "Sure, man." And he was like, he took a picture of it. He was like, "It's already set up." And I went over there, plugged it in, and I was like, "This is the best." So the guitar sound you guys are going to hear, shout out to my neighbor Aaron. He helped me do that. Oh, yeah. But yeah, so that whole campus is just filled with amazing artists of amazing disciplines, managers of art galleries, my baby, people who help event curate from other spaces around the city too, coffee shop owners. Shout out the drummer in our band because he owns 2 coffee shops. So like when we say like there's a lot going on there, we would love for people from Chicago to come there as well. And let's gig swap, man. Let's branch creative communities. Let's make it beyond. Let's make it larger than we thought we could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
With more elements and more resources. So there's a lot going on there. Just like it's a mini area of Chicago. I heard from one of my buddies here that we're starting to get the nickname in Columbus, Ohio, of Little Chicago, just because of the people are starting to see the intersecting lifestyles, cultures, and creativity and politics even. So yeah, man. In the positive aspect of that, please come and bridge the gap with us. Let's connect. Let's do something, man. Let's build.
Do you think Columbus, Ohio, can become one of those like popular cities where like people want to go to be like to make it pretty much just like Chicago or LA or something like that?
Yes.
Or what
I'm gonna bite my tongue about certain things because I don't like making predictions. So a lot of things are happening right now in Columbus, so I can't really put an end to things or like a threshold to it. Like this is when it's gonna jump off or something. But what I can say is, I was a little bit mad at Steven Spielberg at first for Ready Player One. I'm not gonna lie. When I realized the location was Columbus, so I was like, God, Stevens. Because I knew it was going to happen, you know what I mean? So, but, forget the negative aspect of it. The positive aspect of it has brought in a lot of money, and because of that, people who are there that may have been overlooked, now they have more resources. Because once more money comes in, some of the avenues get bought off. Once Budweiser is the sponsor for this, whatever festival, then who else is going to be the sponsor, Mm-hmm. Once all those whatever name brands or whatever brands that everybody goes after, Fortune 500 companies, there's the smaller up and coming companies, the startups, the smaller communities, the smaller art communities, and that's why I'm excited about it. So I'm not sure what it is, but I do think it has the potential to become one of those top 10 cities in the nation, like truthfully, in the arts, in entertainment for sure. It does affect politics a little bit, so I could see that growing some too, but not too much just because of size and per capita, so I can't see it doing too much there. But thank you. But yeah, just I can see it truly becoming an influential part of the world. And in many ways, it already has. I know it's already a fashion capital of the world. OSU has taken us there with football, so people already know that. People know a little bit about the medical field there, too, which is really strong. We have Children's Hospital, which is a large part of literally what the city is. And we have Ohio Health, which is literally one of the biggest things in Ohio, so which is the medical part of Ohio for people who may not know. But, yeah, it's all growing all at the same time. So the 7.5 to 8 years I was here in Chicago, every season I would go back to visit for a holiday or something, and I would see massive change. And mostly in those areas I was talking about, the OSU campus area, the medical area, but also within the culture and the arts, seeing more people from the continent of India come over and seeing generations of that culture there, seeing people from Somalia come over, and now there's 2 or 3 generations of Somalians when they really started to move into Columbus, Ohio when I was like an adolescent, so those things are awesome.
It's amazing to see a city grow in America too. You know, it's and that's that. I think that's one that you guys have always had that fire burning too. It's always been popping, but I just, I wish that for most major cities too. You know what I mean? Just send some more funding that way. Like you said, a film or a large scale event, whatever it may be, like that's the thing that's really going to help put a city on the map.
That's the cosign. That's the equivalent of like what a entertainer, celebrity, or company could do. So if you're like a social media influencer, if a company responds to your message like, oh, I'm drinking a Coca-Cola, but then Coke says like, oh, that's awesome in their comments, and it's the real Coca-Cola page, like your stock goes up. Same thing. So I agree. The more that comes in, the more we have say so in what can happen in our in our communities, because we could say, hey, if that money's being used, it needs to be used for this. Right.
What would you guys like to see changed? Say that government funding comes in for the city. What would you guys like to see Columbus flourish on?
After school programs.
Hell yeah.
They got rid of all the after school programs probably 15 years ago. And it shows.
It shows.
Kids
hard.
Need something to do after school during the summertime.
And with that, important. More money. I piggyback with more money into the arts. They took a lot of money out of the arts this year, across America, of course, definitely in Columbus, Ohio, and it immediately reflected in a lot of the artists we knew. So funding stopped going to certain nonprofits, artists individually, and everything. So we say it's Mayor Andrew Ginther, right?
Yeah.
Bring that money back, bro.
Andrew J. Ginther.
What's the governor's name again?
DeWine?
Mike DeWine. You too, bro.
Mikey?
Come on, bro. Mikey, come on, bro.
Mikey? What's your wife doing, Mikey?
Come on, bro. You want us to shout you out when we get the grants and stuff, bro. Bring us the money.
Your wife is kind of cute, Mikey.
Bring us the money, Mikey.
Where's the money, Mike?
Where's the money, Mike?
We're gonna have local cabinet members showing up at our. Excuse me. We heard that interview. Please take that down.
Can't do it. If you want me to take it down, Mikey, tell Andrew.
Need that money.
Tell Andrew to talk to me.
Gotta love freedom of speech, baby.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Oh man. Now, tell us a little bit about, when you get the whole entire band together and you guys are about to start recording, you're rehearsing, what are some rituals you guys do? What are some ways you guys kind of find the groove and kind of get into the middle of things?
We normally pray first. And then from there,
always.
It just kind of depends. So the bassist is the coolest. K-Mo's the coolest in the group. He's also the youngest. So normally he'll do something and we'll be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Or Terry already have an idea. And then me and Matt just kind of wait to figure out what they're going to do. Because, Matt does drums and I do whatever else. And then once they figure out what they want to do or where they're going, me and Matt kind of fiddle. And then somewhere in that 10 to 15 minute time frame, we all kind of figure it out. So, it's like a puzzle. So as long as someone has a corner, we can kind of figure out the rest of it. And sometimes no one has any pieces, and we just sit there and make it happen. So, it's cool. And then since Matt, the drummer, is the best guitarist, he's on the drums like, no, that's not the right note. You guys need to play it. Hold on, give me a second. It's okay, I'm going back to the drums. And then the song's complete. So normally something like that. Yeah.
We set up all the recording gear ourselves too. between Brother K-Mo and Brother Kirk, they mix and master everything. And yeah, it's a few sessions, so it can take an hour or so to set up the the recording equipment. For those who know, like miking a drum kit is not an easy task, and it takes a while. So we did a lot of trial and error with that, a lot of trial and error with different mixing boards to see what worked the best, different DAW systems to see what mixing and mastering sounded better, But yeah, a few trial and error sessions, and then we got the process down. So we actually record at the Dallas. Shout out to that. If you are a band in Columbus, Ohio, you can literally come there and record in a session with us. Literally, we can record it exactly how you want. We have different levels of equipment, and different levels of expertise, and different ranges of skills, so we can get you the sound that you need.
Definitely. Come see us.
What about before a show? Do you guys have any like pre-show rituals? Like what do you guys do like 5-10 minutes before a show?
We pray definitely.
We pray.
You probably seen a couple circle prayer pictures of us, and those are legitimate. We didn't even ask the photographer to get. Well, okay, I won't lie. I might have asked him to get it one time, but like a lot of times we've been captured in that just because we're like, oh yeah, it's 3 minutes before and we're about to go on stage. Everything's ready. All we got to do is talk to God right now.
Yeah, normally we're goofing off. Because we've probably already done sound checks. As long as sound check and everything is good, we're probably somewhere goofing off about 5 minutes till, and then we'll pray, and then we'll rock, and then we're done.
Hell yeah.
And if you know what, I'll give you guys a little tidbit. We're not even all the same spirituality, so I think it's amazing that we all come together and pray right before we go on stage. I can give anybody listening in a little bit of a secret about us. Like I think that's the most beautiful thing about us, and we always run to do that. And if we have forgotten a time or two. But luckily for us, we build it into our set to pray as well too. So usually at the beginning of our set, we're praying with the audience too, and they don't even know it. So, but yeah, it's a really awesome experience. But that happens. We make sure everybody has water, do a little breathing real quick. We check on each other, and we're like, y'all ready to go? Fist bump, and we're taking off.
And what about after the show? After you got all that adrenaline going through your body, how do you guys
missing
decompress?
fist bumps and missing high fives all the time, every time. And that's when we knew we were a solid band. We were like, oh, you feel that energy from the performance. Good. We're like, all right. It's usually one of us like this, and like somebody daps up, somebody reaches in, and then like either me, I'm like packing like something, and they're like hanging there like this for like another 3 minutes, like.
Oh, my fault.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. And then it just depends. So we travel a lot. So a lot of times we're just packing up, trying to get on the road. That way we can get back home. If it's a show at the Dallas or something local, we probably hang out and, depends on what type of weather it is and what's going on. If it's cold, we're probably going home. If it's warm, we'll probably stay together another 10, 15 minutes, talk about the show, maybe have a drink. Maybe it's water most of the time, but it's still a drink as a unit, and just talk about how the show went. And then that's pretty much it. But normally, we're just packing our stuff up and getting out of wherever we are because we're out of town.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the thing you said about the prayer and different spiritualities. And I think that's so important, especially for a community like yours, like to have a band, a unit like that. I just had a question. Who leads prayer and what does prayer usually look like?
Everybody. So we take turns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Intentionally, yes.
Yeah. So,
which I think is cool because I'm not going to say this part about us. I think that y'all can leave this out there. Some of us have backgrounds in priesthood. Some of us have backgrounds in being raised in gospel families. Some of us have backgrounds in West African spiritualism, and some of us have just been, like just raised in families that, are gospel and do music, So but I think we all have our different influences on exactly where that, our connection with, which we all pray to God, which I think is something that pulls us all together. And I think that's the only element that we really care about when it comes to the spiritual element. And we all feel different expressions of that through our music, and we have at different times, whether it's been rehearsal or whatever. So when it comes to that moment, we're just like, hey, just whoever didn't go recently, we might feel a little bit of heaviness on you, and just say it right now before we even go on stage, so it's gone. Just, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
One love.
Word.
Yes.
One love. Yeah. That's important though. I think, like you said, in any background of spirituality, religion, anything, just to have that community, that synergy that you build up before. We were joking about Zip Zap Zop earlier, doing improv games.
It's real.
But
yeah.
It is real.
I went to arts high school, man. I've been doing it since then. Seriously. Yeah. It helps. Y'all think it's a joke. All those little before you go on stage things are really important. Breathing, zip zap zop, the woos, all that. Seriously, do it.
You got to stretch.
Yeah. Definitely. Listen, I stretch. People are always laughing at me like, what is he doing? I'm stretching. I'm getting old. Who wants to pull a hammy on stage? That's embarrassing.
We've seen those videos. They all exist.
Embarrassing.
Hamstrings on stage like this, falling down.
He tore his Achilles heel trying to jump. He didn't stretch for it. No.
You tore your ACL jumping off of a stage? No.
You got to stretch?
No. Just no.
Got to stretch.
That's an athletic injury. No.
I'm too old for that. I got to stretch.
I mean, you're performing, I think it goes without
I'll give you
saying,
that.
right?
You got to get ready, yeah.
You'd be surprised. You really be surprised how many people just get out of their car, walk into a place like, I'm going to do this for 20 minutes, and then go home. My body can't do that anymore. You got to stretch it out. Yeah. I'm okay with it. I show up 20 minutes early for the stretch. Yeah.
Do you guys have like a most memorable performance that you guys remember at all? Can you guys?
Oh shoot.
Or maybe even like
which one?
The worst performance you guys ever had?
Worst? Oh yeah, I know that one. Let me see. That second performance, we were in this brick foyer. This entire brick wall was behind us, and they had like this brick wall to the left of us, and the sound was like.
The sound guy came in hungover off of, I hope, just alcohol, but I feel like it was something more than that. Jesus. Everything was feeding back. The power output was not enough for my amp, my pedal, and my vocals, plus the bassist's amp. So every time both of us would kind of jam in together or start getting a groove, it would just try to feed back, but then just like glitch and cut out. So half of the monitoring in my inner ears was like over and over.
Oh man, it was bad. And the sound was bouncing off of the brick, but it wouldn't leave the area. Like it just died and just stayed. It was horrible. Yeah, that's the worst shit.
Man. A lot of people don't realize how important sound guys are when you're performing. Like, if you got a good sound guy, even like if your performance is kind of off, you'll sound amazing. Yeah. But if you have a bad sound guy, if your performance is fucking the best performance ever, but you have a bound sad guy, forget it, bro.
It's like being under a microscope too, man. We felt so small, and like everyone's attention was on us. Like everybody was like 10 feet away from the stage. But they were like all huddled in quarters, like I don't think I like that.
Yeah, it was like, man.
The sound guy, is it them? I don't know.
It was definitely the sound guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had on the outfit from like 3 days earlier. Oh, he just looked like he'd just been hungover the whole week.
Oh man.
What's the secret to the sound guy? Because I hear that from so many bands where they're just like, you get this fucking passive aggressive guy coming in there.
It's the venue's fault.
Patience, and you gotta be okay to be wrong. Like it's like the same thing with being a good producer or a good mixing engineer or like recording engineer. You have to sit and listen. I don't think that's one thing. I love you professors from school back at Hockin College, all of you. Neil, George, and Josh, I love all of you guys. You're off doing great things, but that was one thing you didn't teach us. Patience. You really got to sit. They told us to be patient, but they didn't tell us the nuances of this stuff, and I'm going to give you guys the secrets. If someone's paying you for a session, they're always right. I want more reverb. Yep. I want more of this. Now you can say, do you want my professional opinion? If they say nope, you shut the hell up and you keep turning knobs and you keep turning things up and down.
Sound good to you?
But if you want a specific sound from it, you're like, oh no, it's going to be like this, but I will follow all your directions, and I get that. But if you're producing for somebody, if you're mixing for somebody, I want more reverb. I want more of this effect. I want more of that. Now you can help make it practical for them, but don't tell them you don't want more reverb. You don't want more delay, because yes, the hell they do. You know what I mean? Make it sound better for them. So honestly, apologies. I want to make sure I'm answering you guys' this question. What was the question one more time?
I was good. I guess
what makes a good sound engineer?
Or how do you at least get on their good side? Because they always seem so passive aggressive. Like,
if you're on their bad side, there's no way.
There's no way.
How much ass kissing goes into it?
It's not even ass kissing. Like, you could be completely right. I want to piggyback off of you guys said the worst performance. There was a performance at a festival we did. So hot, almost passed out. In the first 5 to 10 minutes of our set at this festival that's been going on for 40 to 50 years, the sound guy for the second year in a row wanted to argue with me about what our stage plot and instrument input was. And I was like, hey, I'm the leader of the band. I got this. We have four different quarter-inch inputs. One of them needs 2 DIs, so it's going to be 2 instead of 4 overall. But we'll figure that out specifically. And we need 4 microphones. You need 4 microphones? Yes, 4 microphones. For the drummer 2, yes, for the drummer 2. Do you want us to mic the amp? Yes, you can mic the amp, or you can go out from the thing. And we sat there for like 10 minutes doing this. Those are the things you don't need to discuss at that moment. If you already have the information at hand and the person that's the professional is telling you what you need, you don't need to re-ask 3 times.
Right.
That's so disrespectful in that moment. Those are the things that sound dudes do that they think is like normal, and they think they're reassuring. Like, are you sure you want to do that? It's disrespectful.
Yeah, like,
we've been a band.
Yes, I want to do it.
We've been a band. I don't even care if we've been a band for a week. We know we want 3 guitars on stage. Get the 3 guitars ready. Like, it doesn't matter.
It's to the point where we've at least 3 shows. We've been like, you're the sound man, cool. We just need an input to your mixer. I'll go get my mixer. Don't even worry about it. I'll sound engineer tonight because you suck. We're not gonna play this game. I'd rather do that than you blow it. But it's really the venue's fault because they just hire people. They don't have any experience and they don't ask the right questions. And then it's the person's fault. If you get paid to do sound, you're supposed to run the sound. If you don't know what you're doing, then quit or do something else. But don't be angry. There's no point in being angry.
And as a sound dude who loves to do sound, you're not going to always love to mix exactly what you're listening to, but you have to want to make it sound great.
Yeah,
if you don't want to do that, you're a bad sound guy. Quit your job.
That's
if
what I'm saying,
you don't want to
like,
go in and say, country isn't my thing, but I know it's supposed to have a little bit of twang, maybe a little reverb on the vocals, guitar mostly. Drums ain't got to bang, but they got to be hitting enough for people want to square dance. If they're not square dancing, I'm not doing my job right. That's you already know. You know the answer to it. You're failing at your job or you're doing good. And every time at the Dallas, people enjoy the experience there. I'm going to keep plugging us because we enjoy making that experience great, whether it's the arts or the music or the sound.
Well, more importantly, as the sound guy, though, guess what? You still have to listen to it. So, do you want to? I don't want to hear bad music. I don't want to hear bad music. I don't care how much you're paying me. I don't want to hear it if it's bad. So, my job now is to, how do I make this better for me? I'm getting paid, so at least I got to care, right? God, this sounds horrible, but what if there it is. All right, cool. That was easy. And just leave it alone the rest of the night. So it just depends on what you're doing. But we love sound, so for us, it's important. But as a band, it's important because if we have the greatest song we've ever written, if you hear it and it sounds like it comes through a tape recorder or something or over somebody's cell phone, what difference does it make? You'll never listen to it. So it's got to at least sound good for you to want to be like, oh, I don't want to listen to it again. You know?
Athens, Ohio, we're coming back. I'm just going to put it out there. We're coming back, y'all. We're coming back for another performance, man, in August. Be ready.
Oh, yeah.
So a sound guy can break a show. You know, what makes a show? What makes a good show in your guys' eyes?
The fans. So, like, if we're having a good time, that's fun. But if you look at the audience and the audience is having a good time, then it's like, oh, okay, we're now all right. So when the audience gives us the energy that we give them, that always makes it fun. That's how you know you've done a good job. It's like you don't have to ask anybody. You know, it's simple. Oh, 2 songs, the entire room was dancing. Okay, well, those 2 songs need to keep those 2 songs. That last song, no one cared. Let's get rid of that one. All right, cool. And the last song, people cried. Cool. Leave that last. Excellent. Okay. Yeah.
It's when everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'll say that. The audience is dancing to the music. All of the bandmates are doing what we're supposed to be doing musically, which is really, honestly, at the point of performing, is having fun. As long as we're having fun, I'm cool. They're gonna be doing. Babe and are gonna be doing what they're supposed to be doing. They already got that. But like, so as long as everybody's doing all the elements they're supposed to be doing, the sound guys making sure everything's turned up right, we're good. If everything's following according to plan. If something goes awry and someone adjusts as best they can, still a great show. Doesn't even matter. We just had a show where literally the sound cut out on us, and it was nobody's fault directly.
Yeah, the entire power just literally went out.
But as it came back, we kept going, which showed a testament to our professionalism, which I loved a lot. You know what I mean? Like, sound is gone. Forget it. I'm still doing the lyrics. Drums can keep going. We're still going. We're in the element. We're still playing. And power's back on. You couldn't even tell we stopped playing because it came back in perfectly. It was like immediately on it. So those kind of things, that's a good show to me. It didn't go according to plan, but you know what I mean? Like, we still got to land the plane. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. So.
Yeah, I'm happy we landed that plane. My plane crashed a couple times, quite a few, because the power kept going out. So I couldn't. Every time I cut my drum machine on and I get everything loaded up, I'd press a button and it's like, I'm like, oh God, here we go again. You know, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it took enough time for me not to
be able to jump back in.
Yeah. So once it finally got right, I was happy because I wanted to do my part. I was just standing there looking crazy, waiting on power. Yeah.
Now, you guys just did a couple shows here in Chicago. Tell us, you performed at Enjoy. Tell us.
No, we actually didn't perform there yet.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
No,
it's tonight.
It's tonight.
At 10 p.m. Yeah.
Damn.
10 p.m.
Well, tell us a little bit about it. How'd you guys get your foot in the door there, and what are you looking forward to it?
So shout out. I said this a little earlier, but shout out Brother Mims. He helps. I think he's just a booking manager, but I think he's also either an owner or a general manager for Enjoy in Wicker Park. I've been wanting to work with him for a long time since I've been doing radio and performing here before I moved away. And I reached out to him after our band had a lot of success this year, and I said, hey, I think we can bring a great show there. I know some amazing artists as well that I can add to the roster in Chicago and from our city. So I think I can make a great show happen. Like, what dates do you have available? And he gave us this date. I formulated, curated, made the flyer, started promoting. And shout out to them as a venue. Venues, when you book artists, collaborate on the posts, share the posts, comment on the posts. It means a lot. Just leave some hearts, leave some fire emojis. Like, thank y'all. Enjoy for that, seriously, because it got a lot of people interested and some people that I haven't really gotten connected to since I've been separated, since I moved away from Chicago. They're all excited and are talking about the show with me and to others. So I'm excited about that. So it kind of just came along after a long period of wanting to work together and making sure we're just, putting things at the highest level. So I appreciate the opportunity very much so.
Yeah. It's going to be a great show.
Yeah.
Great show.
It's a fun venue too. It is a really, really cool spot too. I also see you guys are also performing at the Columbus African Festival on July 26th as well.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So funny story about that. Because we're involved in the arts, we are always at meetings, and those meetings connect us with people. So long story short, we were meeting and helping somebody curate and book for one of their competition events, like a hip hop competition. And that person was like, yeah, I'm an assistant on the board of the Columbus African Festival. And I was like, oh, our band would like to perform in that festival. And literally that person just made a phone call with one of the major organizers for the festival. And we were able to secure a date.
Nice.
Lovingly, that organizer also has a food truck, and that food truck vended at our space a couple times before we even got to do this festival. So there was already that strong community connection there. Yeah. And we eat at that food truck all the time. So that was before we were getting booked. So when I was like, oh, you booked for the festival, that's awesome. What do you do outside of that? You own, if you guys are in the Detroit or Columbus, Ohio area, Fork in Nigeria is an amazing Nigerian food truck. Amazing food. Jollof rice, a lot of different protein options, meat, veggie, all that stuff. Vegan even if you want that. So it just came together in that way, and we were like very grateful. And they're doing a lot of organic promotion and contacting us and asking us to make certain videos. So we're appreciative of that as well, man.
That's awesome.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it seems like an awesome opportunity, and like you said too, it's the community, man. It's who you know a lot of times, just to make that phone call and be like, "Yo, definitely. I want to do this. Let's make it happen." When you're already like got your foot in the door, it's like, "Come on in, let's fucking do it, baby."
Yeah. It's always good to
get out there,
somebody.
Artists. Get out there, talk, communicate, trial and error, keep going.
Got to network. It's important.
Absolutely,
definitely.
Well, we're getting to kind of about that time to kind of. I know you guys got a show tonight. Do you guys think you maybe perform a couple songs for us here on the show?
Yeah, we'd love to.
Yeah,
definitely.
What do you think we got? What you got in the wheelhouse?
What do I have in my wheelhouse? Yeah, I don't know. I think we should just do the set. Just give them the set. We'll keep it simple for them, Unless you just want to just jump off the cliff. No. Okay.
No.
All right.
Hey, I mean, and tell us a little bit about the songs too. We'd love to hear some backstories on it, and kind of the process,
sure
how it came to be.
I had to put a new string on. Again, the drummer is the best guitarist in the band. He broke one of the strings.
And it's a gorgeous green Les Paul too. I commented on it on your post a while back.
Thank you.
That thing is pretty. You got
his
a name for it?
Yes, his name is Baba Ogun.
Baba Ogun, I like that. He's an Irish laddie.
Okay. All right.
Funny story. In all of his depictions, he does wear a kilt or a skirt, if you could call it that. This probably has another name as a warrior thing, and I'd probably get in trouble for that. But you could probably call it that.
Or the last name like Goon. It sounds like a warrior.
He's the god of war in West African spirituality. So Yoruba faith.
Cool.
You're not gonna listen to me tune this. So the song we're gonna be playing for y'all. The song we're gonna be playing for y'all first is actually our first single. So if y'all enjoy that, please make sure you stream it everywhere on social, on music streaming services. It is called "Players Gotta Play." Had a brief discussion about it, so we hope y'all enjoy it. To our ancestors who sacrificed for us to be here, into a world full of hate and darkness, we give you love and light. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. I never liked you anyway at all. Wasn't my fault. It's just the system is too tall to climb it all. And if we work together, y'all, we'll break it all. We'll build it back up there so tall it'll never fall. But did you see what I just saw? It's like a saw, and some go up and some go down. They call it law, and they don't need to hold the ball to ref us all. This situation's getting old, like dinosaurs. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Friends versus friends ain't never gonna get it. Us versus them ain't never gonna end. Start from the source, make sure that's where you finish. Abundance and love is a resolution. Cause tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but the players gotta play. I never liked you, well, maybe a little. In the middle, they shot my brother over Skittles. Yo, what's the deal though? The post out saying we getting screwed, just like a dildo. The older gen say this is rude, but this is real though. They say they loving black lives, but that's a lie. They bought our houses up for cheap and gentrified. Now when I take a walk outside, there are no guys whose faces look like mine. It's terrifying. Friends versus friends ain't never gonna get it. Us versus them ain't never gonna end. Start from the source, make sure that's where you finish. Abundance in love is a resolution. Cause tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. Let's play. Tryna be a jug never worked for me, but a player's gotta play. I never liked you anyway. Players gotta play. What's the sport?
What's the sport?
Where we playing? Is it a field? Is it a court? Is that a ring? Hold up, let me get my shorts.
Let me get my shorts.
They ain't pick us cause we was little and we was short. My team a weird inner circle. We never hearing crickets. Masking up made us get to the point like we was fencing. We don't even need the club. Our drive got this position. Hole in one like an eagle, so you know we got the vision like.
Let's play.
Nice. It's a
Thank
really
you.
catchy song.
Thank you, man.
Thank you. What is next there, sir?
So we had to shout out brother Kirk Diggler. People don't know how great of a songwriter and producer and musician that he is, hip hop artist as well. Hey, this last little drink, this one's gonna be the high notes for this one. So this one's called Hello, and I'll actually let you do a little bit of brief introduction, man, because you know this is your song, man.
Oh, okay, thanks. So, as I said earlier, I'm a retired veteran. If you know a veteran, call him tonight, call her tonight, call them tonight, check on them. There's a period in my life where I realized that every day 21 veterans commit suicide. I got really sad. So I was living in my mother's basement, going through life, trying to figure out how to get back on track with things, and this instrumental came on. And as I heard it, I was like, ooh, I want to write a song of that. And then my niece comes in the house, and I was like, ooh, can you sing with me? And she's like, sure, if that's what you want me to do. So we wrote a song, and then randomly one day I performed it somewhere, and somebody was like, I like that, you should release it. Whatever. So like 6 years later, I finally released it. I joined the Dallas. I do it once, and everybody's like, such a great song, we love it. Whatever. So here we go. It's called Hello. This is how I introduce myself to people. So, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, please, what is your name, and would you like to dance two-step with me? The smile on your face says yes, let's step. Hello, nice to meet you. Hello, please, what is your name, and would you like to dance two-step with me? The smile on your face says yes, let's step. Hello. Hey, hold my hand and I'll hold your heart, and we will dance all night. Cause I ain't got time for the bullshit, cause it seems like we all living wrong, trying to get right. But what's the fight, what's the struggle, what we doing, what's the puzzle, the pieces that we all missing? Hey, I think it's love, but my soul said it can't take much more, it can't take much more. I try to hold on, but it seems like my heart's been drug on the floor, and it can't take no more. But the way you look tonight makes everything feel alright. Hey, and maybe I should hold you real tight. Hey, but in case you don't know who I am, Kirk Diggler, the man, the myth, the legend. Somebody to make you understand and stop, look, and listen. If I'm not the MVP, motherfucker, then I best be the honorable mention. So go ahead and grab my hand and let me pull you close, my dear. So sincere, let me whisper sweet nothings all in your ear. Hey, while we dance the night away, cause everything'll be okay. And you can take your shoes off, cause you don't have to run away from me. You ain't gotta run, you ain't gotta run. I know it feels real good to have a smile upon your face. And this can happen every day. And this can happen every day. Every day, every day. And this can happen every day. Dance break. Oh my God, I think Cupid got me. Hopefully he don't do a drive-by at this party, you see, cause everybody's not like me. They don't wanna be in love, they think it's like a drug or a thug in the suburbs, a place he should not be. You see, it makes perfect sense to me, because I come from a really large family where love is surrounded by everyone that you can see. Hey, another beautiful day in the king of Zamunda. Prince Joffrey taking over me. Kirk Diggler wants to dance with you. Come out, kick it, let's have a drink or two. Hey, nice to meet you. Hello, please, what is your name, and would you like to dance two-step with me? The smile on your face says yes, let's step. Hello. Hey, 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 nice to meet you. Hello, please, what is your name, and would you like to dance two-step with me? The smile on your face says yes, let's step. Hello. Hey, yeah, that's hello. Thanks, guys. So now we're gonna jump off the porch. Now it's time.
It's not jump off the porch.
All right, so listen, our song earlier, Better Life, right? You asked us what was different about it. We're not gonna tell you. We're gonna sing it, and then we'll ask you what's different about it. Okay, how's that sound? Okay. Oh, I forgot he's not here, huh? You gotta do it yourself. Hold on, I got you.
I got it. Raising myself to a vibration, tuning myself to the frequency. Listen to words that my ancestors taught. What if we left all this behind for a better life? Raising myself to a vibration, tuning myself to the frequency. Listen to words that my ancestors taught. What if we left all this behind for a better life? Wait, they charging us for grace. Looked at the receipt and thought they made it a mistake. If that's the business that you standing on, you standing in my way. If you ain't fighting righteousness, we'll have you sleeping at your wake. Like, wait, some things can't wait. Like doing your best every chance that you take. I'm a vegan, but I'm eating no matter the stakes. Even through the mistakes, I'm on winning sweepstakes. Like, hey, I feel blue rare, too tough for most, but I ain't new hair. Been bobbing and weaving like this is new hair. Been watching the throne, it's time for a new chair. Who cares, who stares, they wanna change places. Been mastered the art of never being complacent. Once you catch your dreams and nightmares, they keep chasing. Heaven on earth, if you in hell, then replace it. Raising myself to a vibration, tuning myself to the frequency. Listen to words that my ancestors taught. What if we left all this behind for a better life? Raising myself to a vibration, tuning myself to the frequency. Listen to words that my ancestors taught. What if we left all this behind for a better life? Girl, you've been through hell, you ain't seen heaven. Yeah, I can tell. Oh girl, you've been through hell. Let's go to heaven. Let's take ourselves. Hustle, don't let them know you trouble. One time I cried and made a river out of puddle, but I never did lie one day about my struggle. If a brother ever fumble, got to tackle next huddle. You couldn't walk a mile in knees, I'm Barney Rubble. Flexing on the regular, won't even strain a muscle. And they know I'm ballin', so the haters tryna double. Got them tucking chains, cause the gains ain't subtle. We gon' keep the future bright, I'm a father and an uncle. If I ever said it, no, I mean it when I love you. Taking my community to another level. And they know these hits bam bam like pebbles. Yeah, I'm magical, but got respect for the muggles. Boy, I'm old school, talking smack will get you pummeled. From the angle that I see it from, my baby got a bubble. The angels that believe in us gon' lead us from the devil like. Raising myself to a vibration, tuning myself to the frequency. Listen to words that my ancestors taught. Say, what if we left all this behind for a better life? Raising myself to a vibration, tuning myself to the frequency. Listen to words that my ancestors taught. Say, what if we left all this behind for a better life? Girl, you've been through hell, you ain't seen heaven. Yeah, I can tell. Oh girl, you've been through hell. Let's go to heaven. Let's take ourselves. Oh girl, you've been through hell. You ain't seen heaven. Yeah, I can tell. Oh girl, you've been through hell. Let's go to heaven. Let's take ourselves. Oh girl, you've been through hell. You ain't seen heaven. Yeah, I can tell. Oh girl, you've been through hell. Let's go to heaven. Let's take ourselves.
Damn.
Thank y'all.
So what was different about that one?
Boy's flexing your muscles, man. That's what
You
that
said the
is.
flexer, man. Look,
Flexer.
whenever he says this thing, he said, flip the table over, Terry. And I'm like, flip the table over. Sometimes I look for a table on stage or something to throw, and I'm like, forget, I got to just do the music, man. One time I almost threw my voice out the first 3 songs of our 45-minute set because I went so crazy on like the first 3 songs. I was like, I got to slow it down.
Gotta slow it down.
Slow it down.
It's a control.
Got
It's a control blast.
You got to control blast.
Control blast. Yeah.
Man. You don't want the whole thing go.
You don't want the whole thing.
You don't. They think he do because it's strong.
It's like,
He
so-
did it like 10 more times. That's what they don't know. They're like, damn,
Alright, so
that hurt.
I wanna-
He got 10 more of those left.
I
bro.
want to ask a cultural question because we're different cultures. So, so as a child, when you said something wrong, did your mother have the ability to smack you in your lips and only your lips just hit your teeth?
Yeah.
Your mother did that? I didn't know
Been
if that.
there, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was just an African American thing. Okay, so that's what we like to do. Sometimes we'd like to just smack them, just at the mouth. Just,
Good old teeth smack.
yeah. It's,
Good old teeth smack to bring you back home.
bring you back. That's what we are. We either flipping tables or smacking teeth. One of the two.
Humbling. It's
Music
humbling.
video now, bro. We just taking artists around the store and it's like music and they turn.
No. You know we should. No. It'd be,
touch
no.
that.
If we do a video, it has to be our mothers because our mothers are both short.
Yeah.
Hey, Camille and Jay, don't get mad. Izzy got to be the little kid. Don't get mad. Izzy's gonna be the little kid. Don't get mad. Izzy's gonna be
Our
the
mothers are
little kid.
both short and aggressive. I could just see them. They and I know my mother perfected it. She's
Oh
good.
my God!
She's
I was
got, like-
always hiding in the clothes at the convenience stores, man. So my mom was get you.
Like she just,
Got me.
she's good. Yeah. You know, yeah. A lot of times embarrassed in front of my friends.
Yeah. What's wrong? I knew something was about bro. Me too, bro. Me too, bro.
What's with that sad frumpy lip you got there?
On your birthday. On your birthday. And you still gotta have a good. Now go eat some ice cream and cake.
Hey, don't. You know, I invited
your friends sitting over there looking at you with the like.
You told me your friends were gonna come over here and you was gonna be good, and you acting up. And then go in there and sit. You walking back in your room, and homeboys is like, man.
Now you gotta act like you mad at the video game, but they know you're not mad at the video game.
Game cheating. No, it ain't the game, bro. It's your mama. It's your mama.
She got you good, bro. We saw it. I didn't mean to look around the corner what I did, but I see it.
Michael Vick is
Thank
cheating.
y'all so much, man. This is a great interview, y'all. For real. This is awesome,
Mike Vick can't run for 900 yards in the game. It's cheating.
Yes. Stick up that lip, little soldier. Yeah.
It's so real, bro. It's so real.
Okay.
It humbles you, though. It makes you a great person later on.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. So I think we just stopped racism in 3 people tonight, somewhere in America. They're like, wait a minute. Everybody gets smacked in the mouth?
We ain't so different. We're not so different.
We need to bring that back, maybe. You know, I think someone gets out of line, you have their mama smack them in the lip.
Hey, a
little discipline.
Yeah.
Look, man. I ain't never seen nobody get too hurt over that, so I'm just gonna.
No, listen. I would be honest with you. I've seen friends in high school like have full meltdowns, like, Mom, I can't believe you from high school. And she's like, so. I don't care. Oh, you mad because your friends here? I'll do it again. I'll do it again and send everybody home after that. How about that?
And you could tell some of the dudes who've never gotten smacked by their mama too. You know,
it's really easy to tell. Really easy to tell. Yeah. No, if my mother called me right now and said I had to be home, I'd leave this interview. It's over, bro. I'm done. I'm gone.
Of course, that's what I was saying.
6 hours straight. No gas, no stopping.
My mom got a special text. She says that I got to call her in like 5 to 10 minutes. So it's gonna be bad. It's her text version of the street lights is on, and for some reason, call your mother. I'm like, why does that feel like?
I get it.
Impending doom. Why is that one text? No period.
Because in your mind,
why are you calling yourself in the third person? No. Text message?
But that's what scares you. You know, like she said it calmly too, and you're like, wait a minute. Hey mom, what's up? And she's like, I've been waiting for you.
Oh my god.
I can't read. You can't read that text message any other way either. Just like a straight. It's like, okay, there's no period, so she's not serious. But I think she's very serious.
Nah, she's definitely serious.
She's for sure serious.
And she knows that you know she's serious. That's what it is. She don't have to do all of that because I told you read the text message. You know what you were supposed to do. You didn't do it. Now we got a problem. And you're like, oh man.
She's just reestablishing that authoritarianism.
Oh,
you know what I mean? You gotta.
You're a big artist. You get to travel, whatever. Hit me up.
Listen, so my grandmother's still living. She's 97. She's beautiful, but she's 97. So you know all her faculties, they're still there, but they're not the greatest. So she won't like yell at you or cuss you out, and she'll say something slick like, "I'm 97. I don't know," and then she'll proceed to say something embarrassing like, "I'm 97. You're fat." Like, what? Grandma, I'm 97. I can say that. I'm okay. You know. What you gonna do to me? I'm 97.
What did she call me again?
She called you the short one.
Where's the short one at? That's the short one.
Is that the short one?
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
But here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. I'm not that tall. I'm not that tall. So my grandmother, she's like, "Where's the?" Because my grandma's tall. My grandma's tall. So she's like, "Where's the short one?" I'm like, "Who you talking about, grandma?" She's like, "You know, the short one with Melissa, Terry." Yeah, that's his name, the short one. Look, but she still won't acknowledge your name, though. Yeah, the short one. That's what I said. That's what I said, boy. I'm 97.
I can't wait to use that as an excuse when I'm older. I'm 97. What do you want?
97.
We're all gonna make it to an old age in this generation. That's great. We get those benefits. We can talk about being 97. Get off. I can't wait for it to get off my line, and I don't gotta explain nothing to nobody. Right. The music isn't as good as it's supposed to, but it used to be. Oh man, I can't wait. It's kind of like that now, but it's all right. I'm old man now. So.
Do what you want to do.
Back in my day.
Right.
And so listen, I have 6 kids, and Anna has 2 kids. She's not my babe. She's my babe, but I'm stupid, so I do stupid stuff sometimes. So I'm hard to love. But Anna's amazing. She's great. And she has 2 kids. So I'm around 8 kids often, and you know they'll let you know when you're messing up, and they'll tell you when you're doing it right. but mostly they call you out when you're doing it wrong. They will get together. Like, kids don't remember anything, right? They don't know. Not like if you tell them to wash dishes right now, 10 minutes later they'll forget. But they won't forget that 6 months ago you told them that if they did this, and then like the rest of the kids will come up too, like, yeah, you did say that, didn't you? Yeah.
They retain what they want to retain, right?
Yeah. Kids are interesting. Definitely.
I'm stepdad, so I've been wearing that hat for about 4+ years now, and it's fun. I really enjoy. I always wanted to have a kid. So this is like, I got to skip the adolescence part, which I didn't want to, but I skipped the adolescence part inadvertently. But having a teenage son is really awesome. We have a lot of similar interests. His mother and his father brought him up really great. He likes Star Wars and Harry Potter and video games, so I have no issue.
And so I love the kid too. He's easy.
You're good with me. Keep your grades up. Do a little bit of chores. You're good with me.
He's cool enough that if I run past him and cut his throat with a lightsaber, he's gonna fall and die. You know, like yeah, I'm good with that.
He's committed to the bit.
He's fully committed. And like next time he sees me, he'll have like a double sword. He'll be waiting for me in a bush.
Because he told him.
I've been waiting for you, General Kenobi.
He told him we're supposed to have a little lightsaber.
And he'll wait for me, and he'll kill me. It happens pretty often. Like, anytime I see him, he's like, "Hey, Kirk, where's my lightsaber?" I'm like, "Oh," he's like, "Next time." And then so what he won't tell you is one day he was a little kid and he went to sleep and he became a grown man and no one knew what to do with him. One day he's like, "Hey Kirk, how you doing?"
Next day he's like, as big
hey,
little guy.
He's like, "Hey Kirk."
He's in my phone.
I'm like, "Who's that?" "It's me, Lane." And so I turn around like, Oh, okay. Well, hey, hey, Lane.
Is he taller than his dad yet?
Hey,
he's taller than his father.
Yes.
He's 14 years old.
So he's taller than everybody in the room. Yeah. And one day he wasn't. One day he was like our size, and then he just. So yeah.
Big guy
Lane.
He's always grabbing the stuff off the top of the shelf and picking up the heavy stuff for me. And I don't carry anything heavy anymore if he's around me. I'm like, my back, Lane.
That's it. So here's a trick question:
He's a great kid.
How do I feature you guys on a project? How do I do that?
Right now, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
What you thinking?
Hold on, I just need you. Hold on,
We're always down to collaborate.
Okay, excellent. Nah, this is simple. You just have to say you can just do a radio intro. I'll just put it I put it somewhere in my project. I'm working. So Terry's working on a project. I'm working on a project. The band's working on a project. So we have things going. My project's called Tomorrow May Never Come, because tomorrow might not come. And I don't have any radio personalities on there. So, and I think that it'll piss everybody off that somebody from Chicago did. And I like that.
A lot of Columbus radios ignored us, so y'all missed out. Too bad.
Hey, I'm sorry.
I hit up a lot of y'all.
Dami Styles, you're good. Dami, you're good. No, you're always good, Dami. You're busy. City News.
Shout out Brother Dylon. He's not in Columbus, but shout out Brother Dylon because he put us on the radio too.
Brother Dylon.
In New York.
Thank you.
Fubu Radio. Shout out them.
Thank you.
If y'all know Dave Chappelle, Dylon, that Dylon, but not that Dylon. You get what I'm saying? He's better than that. He's more than that.
Yeah, so I mean, what could you say? You could just say your names and then just say Kirk Diggler, Tomorrow May Never Come.
Say the name of y'all show too.
Yeah, say the name of your show. We'll make it a thing.
Shout them out.
Yeah. Go
Should
for it.
Right here on this camera, then.
I mean, I'm recording audio, but you can get that too. Yeah, let's do both. Go for it.
You can take the video from us too.
Okay, excellent.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Kirk Diggler, Tomorrow May Never Come.
That's it.
All right, folks, you're watching Hawkwind's Radio Picture Show all the way from Chicago, Illinois. Right now, you're listening to Jack Dwyer
and Jay Smooth.
Now, up next, we got Kirk Diggler with Tomorrow May Never Come. Was that a good radio
voice? That's perfect.
voice?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Oh, man. Communications degree, that'll come in handy.
That was easy.
You want to take two just in case?
No, that was it.
Good job.
That was it. That's simple.
Good job.
All right, folks. Up next, we got Kirk Diggler with Tomorrow May Never Come. Ooh. Hey.
So it's whoever paid for it. I don't know how you paid for that college degree, but it came well.
Feet pics. A lot of feet pictures. A lot of feet pictures.
I thought you looked familiar.
I was real big on Nickelodeon. I was the orange foot.
No! Oh, we've officially been demonetized. You gotta sell more feet pics to pay for this video, Jack.
Jay said it's over. It's over. That was it. Secret's out.
You just gave free product out, bro.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Teva, sponsor me, baby.
J&J, with some numbers afterwards. That's the
Oh shit.
No, if that's J&J 20.
Nobody wants
toes.
to see my feet. I'll tell you that
toes.
much.
Come on, man.
You'd be surprised. There's a guy in San Quentin right now, like, bring it on, bro. Times are hard. Listen, I've seen some pretty rough feet on the internet. I think you'll be okay. I think you'll be all right.
Yeah.
This might be a weird segue, but have you ever seen Steven Tyler's feet from Aerosmith?
No.
Oh, dude, do yourself a
rough?
good Google favor. They're rough. They're rough.
I feel like in the 70s he just performed strictly in nothing. Just every arena, just barefoot. I'm out here. I'm from Boston. I don't care.
Well, I think it was the tight boots. I think that's what it really got it down to. And plus, he's always running, moving around and everything. Athletes have that too. Like, you look at LeBron James's feet. Like, he's got some rough feet too, man.
And you know, like you would think, right?
It probably was like that.
Listen, but you would think, right? Like, so if you get if Nike gives you $90 million, the first thing you don't want to invest in is some like supports or something. Some insoles.
Dr. Scholl's.
Like, hey, Nike, I don't want a shoe. Can you invent me an insole so my feet don't look this bad in 30 years? Thanks, guys. That's what I'd have worked on.
Or just like a good foot doctor, you know what I mean? Because they look rough. A lot of these guys after so many years.
Yeah, because they play through injuries and stuff like that, and bones start setting and healing. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot of basketball games for anybody to play every year.
Right.
They should cut the season in half.
Right.
I agree.
I mean, then you just play longer, but it'd be fine. Fine. All sports seasons should be cut in half. Like, could you imagine playing 162 games of baseball?
Right.
Could you imagine 3 days a week you're playing 3 games in one city?
Right. Double headers too.
Triple headers. Yeah, like that's crazy.
Imagine hockey.
Right.
Yeah, hockey's bad too. Yeah.
Right. Like a 7-game series for playoffs. Like, man, that's a lot.
What are we doing?
That's a lot. Especially because you got to fly back and forth for the last 3 games.
Yes.
That's a lot.
And then let's be honest, the teams only got. You know, only the starting lineup is really good enough to, play. So now they got to play 7. Come on, that's unfair.
Right. And if you really go balls to the wall then, too, within like a 3-game series for any sport, like you really get some good competition.
Yeah, 3 guys. That's what I'm saying.
They put their all on the line and get it out the way.
But like 3 guys have played all 3 games. Like, they're tired now. Now you're like, oh, we got to go win 2 more games? No, we'll probably lose this season, buddy. I'm tired.
Is that like a built-in thing so they can keep new stars in the NBA or something? I've been thinking about that for a while just because it's like it's not really feasible for you to actually play that realistically. What
happens
is this money really what I want out of this? Because me playing for 10 years at this rate, it's never going to work with my body. My body's breaking down at year 2.
Right.
Well, that's because
I got paid $200 million. How am I going to leverage this?
Well,
I can't just walk away. They'll probably sue me. So that leg. Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah.
The same. It's the same. Get that ice pack. The one way in the back. The one. Like literally. I mean, after a while, you're like, I mean, capitalism's capitalism. Like, who's screwing over who here? Like, we got to figure it out.
Well,
like,
You're still getting paid to ride the bench, you know?
Hey, man, give me a couple million. I'll do it.
The main issue is
I'll practice for $1 million, dude. I'll practice for $10 million.
They have to draft international players now.
They do.
So, that's like 4 slots or 5 slots that someone's not getting. So the Boston Celtics, when they won 10 championships in a row, they had a great team. The entire team was good because you could do that. You can't really do that now, There's not enough players. Players aren't being developed well enough.
No, they keep getting
They're
traded.
not good enough. But I mean, they go to college for 1 year. They show out in college because they were the greatest thing in high school. And then they're like, I'm going to the NBA, not realizing that they're going to be trash.
Wall, bro.
Most people are going to be trash.
Bro.
At least your first year. And then you got to think, most people won't play to the 3rd year. So what have you been doing in the next 3 years?
What they say, 7 years to get to their prime? Most players, like that 7th year or something like that.
I'm going to say most players don't even reach it.
They don't.
I think average NBA players like 3 years. So they don't reach their prime.
And they say like after their 7th year is when they start getting used to the system of the NBA because it's different from everything else. So it's like when you watch that, I like using the NBA as metaphors when we do good and bad in shows. Like, okay, we followed the plan. I passed the ball over here. The alley-oop happened. Or maybe we intended an alley-oop, but we did a skip pass and the 3 still went in from Kamo. Like it all worked out. You know what I mean? So,
so I missed a couple free throw shots a couple times.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
Hey, you're still playing the game, getting paid, baby.
Yeah, that's what's important.
Right?
Yeah, yes. I would gladly sit on the bench of an NBA team.
What are you guys doing tonight as we're talking about playing and everything? And are you guys available to come to the show tonight?
We're
by
chilling.
chance?
I'm down. I got nothing going on.
Yeah, come to the show.
Yeah,
I'll see if Emily wants to come.
Yeah, please, man.
Let's do it, man. At the Enjoy.
At the Enjoy. Everyone should come.
Yeah, if you guys aren't doing anything tonight either, please come out.
Hey, if anyone's listening to this and they know Twister personally, can you call Twister and say that it's the guy that met you in Iraq? He's in town and he's at Enjoy. You should come see him. You know?
We do know a guy, our boy Wilhelm Duke. Yeah, he used to work for
has met
Twister.
Twister before, yeah.
He used to work for him.
Yeah.
He was,
Wait, Wilhelm Duke? You know Wilhelm Duke?
Oh, yeah, we know Wilhelm Duke.
Tell him Tertiary said what's up, or I'll just message him and tell him. That's awesome, man.
I met Twister in Iraq. We got a photo together.
I noticed we had a lot of similar friends on social medias. Wilhelm, really good dude.
Yes.
Attack the Sound, I see.
Yeah. Davo, yeah.
Davo's the best.
Love
yeah,
him, man. Davo, Viano.
Low Keys. They're wonderful, yeah.
Yes.
Really good group.
Look at that. That's beautiful. Well, if you talk to Will, tell him that Kirk Diggler met Twister in Iraq once. He came and did a show for us. It's a good time. And we took a photo afterwards. He did not take my demo, I don't think, but we did meet. And I haven't seen him again since. So it'd be nice to see him in his hometown. We could talk some business or something, or talk about nothing. It was a good time. Great performer.
Yeah.
Amazing performer.
He's an interesting dude. Wilhelm was saying that he's really into like ventriloquism.
Really?
Yes, he's been working on that.
Stuff.
Yeah, he's working on ventriloquism.
I know that he went really deep into guns all of a sudden a couple
guns
years
and
ago.
ventriloquism, bro. It went,
And
he went
owls.
hard into that.
And owls?
And owls, yeah. That was
Collects
such
owls,
a
yeah.
weird thing. He just likes it, bro. I mean, I think that's cool.
I mean, whatever.
That's so cool, yeah.
Whatever works for him, I guess.
Man, you got that kind of money, you could get into any venture you choose then at that point, man.
Yeah, and I mean, and I remember when Twister was Tongue Twister, and I remember watching his music video like, I don't think I like this guy. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't understand any of this. And then he came back out, and I was like, that guy looks familiar, but this is cool this time. This is much better. So yeah.
I mean,
hopefully.
just to vocalize that quickly too, like you got to travel different avenues, even like ventriloquism with talking that fast. Like that's really got to come in handy.
That's got to come in handy. Yeah, definitely. So the other guys at the show tonight, Prometheus Wade and J. Kerr, they're very fast rappers. They do a lot of triple time freestyles and stuff. So yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, we can't wait to check it out, man. It's gonna be a lot
I'm
of
glad
fun.
you guys are coming out, man.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Great time.
Well, what do you guys say? Should we wrap it on up here? Are there any last minute shout outs you want to give, or any other things that are coming up you want to let the people know
I think
about?
I did list some shout outs. So I'm going to list off all the shout outs. If I miss anybody, I apologize. So shout out to the Most High. Shout out my girlfriend, Tree Goddess. Shout out Kamo and Matt, our bandmates. Shout out Hawkwinds Radio. Shout out Q4 Radio. Shout out brother Shadow Master, Annihilation, and DJ Ken Solo for having us at 606 Chicago. Shout out brother Jay Carey and Prometheus Wade for rocking with us tonight. Shout out brother Adam Gottlieb as well for rocking with us tonight. Shout out the Dallas fam. Shout out Milo Arts District, brother Rhymester, and Che.
And shout out John for getting you guys.
Oh yeah,
and
shout out brother
here.
John.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shout out
to brother John
shout
for
out
getting us
to
connected.
Shout out to
here too,
Anna
man.
for
We'd
dealing
never
with my
been here.
bull. Shout out to you, Anna. Thanks, and for riding with me. I appreciate you. You're amazing.
Yeah, shout out to the ladies. Thank you y'all for coming too. We really appreciate y'all joining us.
I have
tonight.
one more thing. This isn't even a discussion thing. I want to shout out our band because our band did an amazing feat this year. We became number 8 on the top 10 bands in Columbus, Ohio. There's a list made by Columbus Underground, which is one of the top, considered to be the top media outlet for Columbus, Ohio. And we were voted by the people. So shout out to us being in the festivals we were in and the performances we did. We appreciate all y'all's love. Hopefully we make it again next year and go even further than that. We appreciate y'all, man. Thank you.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout outs. Love the shout outs. Now, I want to ask,
To my children.
shout out the kiddos.
Yeah, I don't want no problems. Say, guys. It'll be one watching.
Shout out
like,
Lane,
Dad,
too.
Dad, you
Can't
didn't,
forget
you didn't say
him.
hi? Like, that's what we're doing this year? You're right.
He'll get mad at me.
And Is got to give him a shout out too, right?
Say who?
Izzy?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, Izzy. Shout out
Yeah,
Izzy.
shout out
Our
Izzy.
biggest fan. How we going to go?
Yoshi.
Shout out brother Yoshi. Little brother Yoshi.
Yoshi.
Now, if there's any last minute messages, what's one thing that you want folks who listen to the show, what do you want them to walk away with today?
Joy. Come get some joy. Be happy. Life's short. Just be happy. Figure out whatever makes you happy and go do that. Don't listen to anybody else. Just go do that. As long as it's legal and you can afford to do it, go do it. Enjoy yourself. And if that doesn't work, do something else. But be happy. Life's too short to be miserable and down and angry at other people. Just let it all go like a young Elsa would, and go be great. Yeah, that's what I would tell the people.
If you have not already, make sure you follow us, Divine Timing Music, on Instagram and Facebook and all streaming services. And aside from that, a little bit of a tidbit. Make sure you connect with your ancestry in the best way you can, whether that's through DNA knowledge, through talking with your elders to understand where you came from, visiting where your culture's from, or reading about it and engaging it and sharing it with other people. It's very important. And not just with your culture. Share it across cultures.
Ooh, love that. It's important.
Yes.
Very important, yeah.
It is.
You know yourself better that way.
Yeah, totally. I think we should end on that note then too, man. Because at the end of every episode, we always tell folks to walk away with a message or a challenge for them. Get into that, man. Talk to the ancestors. Talk to them about what your city and what their lives were like back in the day. See what they think about things now. Think about what has changed throughout so many decades, and connect with your ancestors, man. That's a really important thing. Try to do the DNA testing too. I think that's a really important thing. You never know what you're going to find out, and it's good for your health too. Apparently, they say that you can find out like if you're like genetically exposed to like getting cancer easily or different things, different illnesses. Yeah. It's really important. And I think a lot of people, especially nowadays where there's so much just like a cultural shift and not a lot of people know about the roots, what makes them tick, what makes them and their whole entire family the way that we are and why and how we operate and why us Irish people love whiskey so damn much. And no, man, I love that though. Tap into that. I think that's really important. Find out some new stuff, study, always be learning. And it's really important to learn about yourself, and that's a hell of a way to do it.
Yep. I agree.
Amen. Yeah. Well, cool, man. Well, we're going to wrap it on up here. Divine Timing Music. Check them out on social medias. Give them a like. Give them a follow. Stay tuned. They got some new music coming up later this summer. And again, if you guys like the show tonight, please hit like, hit share. Share it with some friends who you think are going to vibe with their music. I know their music is definitely going to touch the hearts of a lot of people with all these genres that are so seamlessly woven together. I really love your guys' music. I think you guys are really, really awesome. And you're definitely on the top genre, the top group that we've had on board. I really, really love you guys' music, and we wish you guys nothing but the best of luck in the future. And I know you guys are gonna kill it. It's off to the races, baby, off to the moon. And I love your enthusiasm. I love the community, the spirituality that you guys bring to the table. We wish you guys nothing but the best of luck, and you guys are really going to make a big name and a big splash for yourselves. So keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
And thank you guys for joining us too on such short notice too.
Thank you.
It's all good. Good time.
And welcome to Chicago. You guys have some fun, all right?
Yes.
These guys came all the way from Cow City, from Arch City, as they're starting to call it, the C-Bus now, all the way from Columbus, Ohio. Thank you guys again so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. Terry and Kirk, thank you guys so much. Rock and roll. Have some fun. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. And thank you guys for joining us tonight here on Hawk Wins Radio Picture Show. Tune in next week. We'll be here Wednesday night. Love, peace, and chicken grease, everybody. Good night. Be good to each other.
Everyone.
Mwah. Woo. Great show, guys.